Hello everyone, in this video we will look at how to convert an equation of a line to the slope-intercept form. Before we start, we want to remember ourselves on what is the form that we call the slope-intercept form. It's basically the y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept. This is the form that if we rewrite the equation of a line according to, we then are able to call it the slope-intercept form. Just to remind you, the m here represents the slope of the line, b represents the y-intercept of the line where the line intersects with the y-axis. Let's look at an example here and let's read it together. Change the equation y minus 2x equals to 3x plus 6 to the slope-intercept form. In this question, of course, the equation is not written in the slope-intercept form, but our job is to transform this equation to the form y equals to mx plus b. So our equation has to be a y equals to a number times x plus a number. We are able to do that using algebra. So let's write the original equation. Y minus 2x equals to 3x plus 6. If we compare our goal equation, y equals to a number times x, we're going to realize that the x here on the given equation is on the left-hand side of the equation. We need to bring this term to the right-hand side of the equation. So at the end, we are able to arrive to the goal, which is the slope-intercept form. We are able to do that by doing the opposite operation to this term. This term is a minus 2x, then add plus 2x, and we need to do that to both sides of the equation to keep it balanced. So plus 2x and then add y, that is gone, it's a 0, equals to 3x plus 2x will give you 5x and then plus 6. If you compare this equation to the goal equation, the slope-intercept form, you'll find that we did put or change this equation, the given one, to the slope-intercept form equation of the line. Now, let's say that if we wanted to graph the line given the original equation, the step number one that would be an easier way to do is to convert the equation to the slope-intercept form, which was what we have done already. And the second step is to find 2 points that this line will go through. From the slope-intercept form, we are able to directly conclude 1 point, which is the y-intercept point. Since b here is 6, then the y-intercept point where the line intersects the y-axis would be 0 and 6. We need a second point because to graph a straight line, you have to have at least 2 points to connect to graph the line. The second point we're able to find by plugging in any random value of x in this equation, evaluate the expression on the right, and that will give you the corresponding value of y. I'm going to choose x equals to -2. You're able to choose any random value you'd like. So if we pick x equals to -2, then we simply gonna write the equation as y equals to 5 times -2 plus 6. Evaluate the expression on the right. 5 times -2 is a -10 plus 6, that will give you -4. So the value of y is -4 when the x is -2. So the second point that we're able to define on that line is -2 and -4. And here is the graph of the line if we were asked to also graph the straight line. As you can see, The y-intercept point is 0 and 6. And if we're trying to plot the second point, -2 and -4, here it will be right on the line. And you simply connect the line. This is a practice problem. You are able to read the question together, pause the video, do the question, and then come back for the answer. Change the equation x plus y equals to 8 minus 2x to the slope-intercept form. Okay, let's do the problem together. Again, let's remind ourselves of what is the slope-intercept form. Y equals to mx plus b. We need to change this equation to this form. We're going to do that using algebra. Let's rewrite the original equation given in the question. X plus y equals to 8 minus 2x. We need to bring the x to the right-hand side since our goal says that any x should be on the right-hand side. So for that, let's do the opposite operation. It's a plus x, even though we do not write the plus sign. It's understandable that x here is positive. So let's do the opposite, minus x and minus x on the right-hand side as well. X minus itself is a 0, so that is canceled out. We have y on the left-hand side, 8, and then minus 2x minus x, or negative 2x minus x. That will give you negative 3x. We're close to our goal. We just have to rearrange the right-hand side. So we can rewrite that as y equals to negative 3x plus 8. And this is the slope-intercept form of the given equation. Again, this question is not asking us to graph the line, but let's assume that the question asks us to graph. Just for our learning purposes, we want to know how can we use the slope-intercept form to graph the straight line. Again, we need 2 points. One, we are able to conclude right away from the slope-intercept form, and that is the y-intercept, 0 and 8. We need a second point. Pick any random value of x. I'm going to pick 4. You can pick any value. We can plug in now the value of x, which is 4, in the slope-intercept equation. So that will give us y equals to negative 3 times 4, and then plus 8. Remember that you have to follow the order of operations. We have to multiply negative 3 times 4 before we're adding the 8. So negative 3 times 4 is negative 12 plus 8. And then add. Negative 12 plus 8 will give you a negative 4. So the point is 4 and negative 4. So we have 2 points. We are able to plot the 2 points and graph the line. On this graph, as you see, the y-intercept point is 0 and 8. And then the second point is 4 and negative 4. In this question, it asks us to graph the line negative x plus 7 equals to 10 minus y. So for that, we need to change the given equation to the slope-intercept form. Again, find 2 points that this line goes through, and then connect the line. So let's do that together. First, I'd like to remind that the slope-intercept form is y equals to mx plus b. Rewrite the original equation, negative x plus 7 equals to 10 minus y. we see that the x is on the left-hand side. It should be on the right-hand side. And here too, the y is on the wrong side. It should be on the left-hand side. So there has to be multiple steps to change this equation to the slope-intercept form. First, let's bring the y to the left-hand side. It's a minus y, then add a y to both sides. So that would be a y minus x plus 7 equals to 10. And the minus y plus y just cancels out. So now the y is on the left-hand side. What's left to do is the x. We need to bring this to the right side. It's a minus x, then do the opposite, plus x and plus x on the other side as well. So that would be a y. The x's will just go away, plus 7 equals to 10 plus x. Now the x on the right side, the y is on the left side, but the 7 should be brought to the right side, because remember the y, according to the formula that we are trying to reach, is alone in the left hand side. So since it's a plus 7, then do the opposite, minus 7 and minus 7 on the other side as well. Y, the 7s will just cancel out, equals to 10 minus 7 will give you 3 plus x. We are almost there. We just have to rearrange the right-hand side. I'm going to continue here. So far we are at y equals to 3 plus x. Rearrange, y equals to x plus 3. And this is the slope-intercept form of the line. Now to graph the line, we know 1 point already. So it is 0 and 3. The second point we can get from plugging in any random value of x in this equation. So I'm going to pick any random value. I'm going to do x equals to -3. And then evaluate the equation accordingly. Y equals to -3 plus 3. -3 plus 3 is a 0. That means that when the x is -3, the y on that line would be a 0. We are able then to plot the 2 points and then connect the line. The first point is 0 and 3, so 0 and 3. And the second point is -3 and 0. And then we connect the line. Next question is a practice question. Let's read the question, take your time, do the problem, and then come back for answer. Graph the line 2x minus y minus 5 equals to -2y plus 10. Okay, let's do the question together. So first, I'd like to always remember the goal. The goal is the slope-intercept form y equals to mx plus b. Second, I'm going to rewrite the equation given in the question. 2x minus y minus 5 equals to -2y plus 10. There is a lot of work that we have to do to come up with the slope-intercept form of the given equation. We need to switch the x to the right-hand side. We need to bring the -5 to the right-hand side as well. Let's start with the x. So it's a positive 2x, then do the opposite, minus 2x and minus 2x on the right-hand side as well. 2x minus itself is a 0, it's gone. We have -y minus 5 equals 2. negative 2y plus 10 minus 2x. Well, we have one y on the left-hand side, but there is another y on the right-hand side. We need to bring this as well to the left-hand side and combine the like terms. So add 2y, since it's a negative 2y, and add 2y on this side as well. So we have negative y plus 2y will give you positive y minus 5 equals 2. The two y's will cancel out. You have 10 minus 2x. The only thing left for us to do is to bring the negative 5 to the right-hand side. So it's a negative 5, add 5, and add 5. So that would be a y. The 5's will just go away, equals 2. 10 plus 5 is 15 minus 2x. Rearrange the equation. So that would be a y equals to negative 2x plus 15. So this is the slope-intercept form of the equation given in the question. To graph the line, we need 2 points. One is 0 and 15. This is where the line will intersect the y-axis. The second point we can easily get from plugging in any random value in place of the x. I'm gonna pick 6 to be my random value. X equals to 6, then y equals to negative 2 times 6 plus 15. Negative 2 times 6 will give you negative 12 plus 15. Then the corresponding value of the y will give you 3. So the second point that will be on that line would be 6 and 3. Let's plot the points on the plane. So we have 0 and 15 right here. And we have 6 and 3. So 6 and 3 would be 1, 2, 3 right here. And then we connect the line. If you have any questions on this video, you can email, chat, or you can schedule an appointment using the link provided below.